Good morning and welcome to Behind the Screen. I am JM, and this is a show where we hang out, we talk about games, board games, role playing games, card games, miniature games, and things that are beautiful because I truly believe beauty can and will save the world. So, good morning to Knights of the Smith dinner table and to Padre. Good morning to all of you out there. And I thought that today we would celebrate a little early Thanksgiving, or as I put in the chat or in the video title, Thanksgaming. Because here's the thing, I think a lot of times we get caught up in all of the things wrong with gaming. And this is from, a lot of people, especially when you go online to interact with gaming. This person's saying the wrong thing. These people are doing the wrong thing. These people think this species is the wrong way. You're using one-to-one time. You're not using one-to-one time. You're playing 5th edition. You're not playing 5th edition. We get to have one of the coolest and most amazing hobbies ever invented. And yet, as humans, we find more ways to segment and break it down and complain about this thing that we love. And I thought I would take a moment to just talk about gratitude. I mean, that's sort of the point of Thanksgiving, right? At least it was the way I was taught about it, and I think it's the way that as it's been incorporated into an actual holiday in churches, that's how they sort of see it. And I think that it is I think gratitude is something we need to spend more time doing, both at our tables and in our lives, because when we are grateful, gratitude, true gratitude, pushes out a multitude of negative emotions and thoughts towards our fellow man. And I really think that a little more gratitude would go a long way in our lives. And so, here we are talking about gaming and gratitude. So first of all, let me start off with the most obvious thing that I'm grateful for this year. I am grateful for every one of you who's watching this video, who's in the chat, who plays in my games, who supports me on Patreon and on YouTube. Thank you. Like, there's really nothing more that I could say except to say thank you. I'm so grateful that twice a week, sometimes 3 times a week, sometimes 4 times a week, depending on when schedules fall, you guys show up and you hang out and you chat and you comment, and we get to talk about something we love, and we get to talk about something beautiful. Good morning, John Doom. Grateful for you too, buddy. You missed the global gratitude, so now I'm going to call you out in person. I'm grateful that I get to spend a lot of time each week thinking or writing or running games. I realize that this is not the case for everybody. I know a lot of people, if they get 1 game in a month, that's a good gaming schedule for them. I am blessed in the fact that I run 2 weekly games, 3 weekly games now. Sometimes that's supplemented by little one-shots or the every other week kids game that I do. I have a bounty of games that I get to run, and I'm grateful for that. Now, what does this look like at your table? Because this shouldn't just be a stream about me saying, hey, I'm thankful for all of these things that are happening in my life. Although I did, and I am. GMs, be grateful to your players. They show up, they take time out of their week to come and hang out and play a game that you are probably more invested in than they are. It's just the nature of being a GM. You are the person who preps, who reads, who buys, who paints, who assembles, sometimes who hosts. And sometimes it can feel like a thankless job. I think if we're being honest as GMs, we've all had those moments where we've been like, why am I doing this? If you search for things to be grateful for. It's always easy to find things to be frustrated at or to be irritated with. But if you take the time and start the discipline of looking for things to be grateful for, it changes your view. And it can revitalize your love of the game and the table. Players, this should go without saying, be thankful to your GM. They are far more invested in this game than you are. They focus on the rules, they prepare scenarios, they do the heavy lifting of the game. Even a, hey, thanks. That was a great session. Or, hey, you know, we pitched it and we got you this book or this gift card, or just wanted to say thank you, so we brought snacks. I cannot tell you how much that means to me as a GM and how much that has meant to every other GM that I've played under or talked with. Yes, Padre, then the players do throw something completely out of left field at you, and you should be grateful for that, because they're sharpening your imagination and keeping you on your toes. And yes, players, when your GM says no to you, sometimes you should be grateful to that, because maybe your brilliant idea would have got you killed, or maybe have impacted everyone else's fun around the table. Civil Savage? What? Buddy, it's good to see you. I hope everything's going well with school and that we'll get to see you in the Han Cluster soon. John New, speaking of that, hey JM, thanks for running this time of year. You were most welcome. Now, granted, we're not playing this Friday because of Black Friday, and I've got to let everyone know that because I have guests and family in town. But it is truly my pleasure, and thank you for running in the other times of year when it is far too late for me, and I just want to slide into a game, make inappropriate jokes, and roll dice, and pick up party members' limbs and use them as if they were my own. So, yeah. There are so many things that can cause us anxiety and stress and dark thoughts this time of year and all times of year. And I'm not saying that gratitude is a panacea that can salve every wound and hurt in our lives, but it has been my experience that a little gratitude goes a long way, not just to the person you're being thankful for, but to yourself, because you're refocusing your own heart and mind on different things. I'm grateful for this channel, that I get to hang out and do fun things like December. We're going to be talking about superhero games. All December, we're going to be talking about 3 different superhero games. Why should you run superhero games? What are some great supplements for it? What are some ways to set up a campaign? Because I'm grateful to a couple of people that I don't know that I'll ever get to say thank you to for, but I'm going to say it here. I'm grateful to a guy named Angel Langunas who gave me this book that he didn't understand because he thought I would like it and because he wanted my lunch. And that was Heroes Unlimited, the very first role-playing game I owned. And I'm grateful, even though we were not good friends to each other. I'm grateful to a guy named Carl Johnson who ran my very first session of GURPS and helped me understand, hey, this is a game. And so I immediately started running GURPS Supers and Heroes Unlimited. My early love of gaming, I didn't come to gaming through fantasy or through Dungeons & Dragons or Traveler or Sci-Fi or RuneQuest or any of these things that I love. I came to it through superhero gaming. And so time to give a little bit of that love back. No, DM James, curse you, spotty reception in rural Ohio, but you get to live in rural Ohio, which I assume is pretty cool. Padre says, okay, I want to talk to the undead kobold rather than kill it. Shoot, what's its motivation? How can keep them? You can't keep them from deciding to bring it along. Hey, Tink, good to see you this morning. That is just impossible. I am thankful to Tinker Hellraiser, who puts together the beautiful cards that I use every week on Behind the Screen and Exploring Glorantha and Beyond the Table. Sometimes in the last 15 minutes before the show goes live, because I forgot to tell her what I'm talking about. So Tink, here's to you. Thanks for being a part of my gaming group and my iconic circle. I really appreciate you, and I'm grateful for you. Grateful to all my players in my play-by-post game, which I realize is sometimes spotty on both ends, my end and your end, and grateful that we just get to keep pushing through that. So, say thanks to your players. Say thanks to your GM. Reach out if you're on social media or to the game companies that you like. Because here's the truth about game companies. 98% of their interactions with their fans is usually people complaining about something. Reach out and tell your favorite game designer, hey, thanks. I would love, I love playing Savage Worlds. I love playing Palladium Fantasy. I know that, so I do a show on the Palladium Fantasy, or Palladium Books channel. I don't know that if I've mentioned that on Behind the Screen. You can go check it out. I'm doing the official history of Palladium Books with Kevin. We do it every other week. The videos are up on Palladium Books YouTube channel. If you like riffs, if you like Palladium, if you like Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, go give them some love over there. But it is amazing to me how grateful Kevin is for all of the people in his life over the last 40 years, 50 years who have helped him get to where he's at. And I really think an attitude of gratitude, which is stupid as soon as I said that, but this position of gratitude, having an attitude of gratitude in our hearts, is a cure for some of the more rabid entitlement that we see among people in our lives. If you want a cure for pride and entitlement, a great place to start is gratitude. Oh, Padre, thank you. I appreciate that. I was not fishing, I swear. But speaking of Jackals, next year's going to be a big year for Jackals. I've already got 3 of the PDFs written. Need to commission a couple of pieces of art from Tink and get the PDFs laid out and edited. But I'm going to be putting out 12 Jackals PDFs, 1 a month for 2025. And I'm going to be giving them to the patrons of Iconic Production for free. And I'll do that for the members who are members on the YouTube channel as well. Like as my thank you for being a part of everything that I do. So that's it. Like, it's a short one, but I think an important one. You know, I hope that this has helped keep that idea of being thankful in our minds. It's a shame that we only have one cultural marker for being thankful. I think that it is a practice that grows, or it's a discipline that grows with practice, and that it's a practice that has a far-reaching impact to all of the people that you encounter. James, I'm glad, and I am thankful to DM James, who is dragging me kicking and screaming into the Arkenstone verse, and I am going to be doing an Arkenstone review in January, and I am pretty damn impressed with it, so looking forward to doing that. So anyway, until next time, and we're obviously going to be off on Thanksgiving, so I will see you all on Tuesday, but stay safe, stay happy, stay gaming. Get some gaming in this weekend if you get a chance, even if it's a board game with your family on Thanksgiving, or hopefully a game over the weekend with your friends. I will see